My new toy arrived in the mail last week. Check it out. Haha, look at this. This is a machine foil drive. I got the Assist Max. I've mounted it on my Nash hovercraft, 60 liters. I've got a big wing on it because today I used it in flat water. If I were to use it in the waves, I would definitely switch to smaller stuff. No doubt about it, there is a learning curve to this. Getting up on it and then figuring out how to go from the motor to not using the motor and just relying on yourself for pumping or for riding the waves. So that transition from the motor to not using the motor I found quite challenging. When you are getting started and you are going from your belly to your knees to standing up, go as far forward on the board as you can, and once you get yourself planing, then you can kind of scooch back a little bit so you can have your back foot in the right position to power up your foil. So I found that as I went to transition from the kneeling position on the board to the standing position, I had to take my hands and get up on my fingers, and then I had to take my hands and put them close to my knees, okay, which helped me then get that front foot up and going. If my hand is too far forward, I try to do that and I just couldn't quite get my toes to get up and around. So once again, I recommend that you're here, you're planing, and your board is staying nice and parallel to the water. And once that's happening, move your hands over here close to your knees so that when you put your front foot forward, you don't get it jammed up against the board. And then you can stand up and go. It's amazing how little power you need to be able to get up on the foil. First time I went out, I probably had the trigger maxed right out, and I was going in and out of the water. The motor was going in and out of the water. It was spinning, it was vibrating, it was making all sorts of weird noises. So be very, very light on your trigger finger. So if you order this and it arrives in the mail, don't just open up the box and try to put everything together. Watch the foil drive videos. Those guys do an amazing job. They explain everything. They're very thorough. Their maintenance tips are great. Their tips on how to use it are absolutely great as well. I watched all the videos. I definitely benefited from them. It increased my learning curve quite a bit. I love it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm using it in the waves. I'm also using it in flat water. I can really extend battery life by pumping half the time and using the motor half the time. It's a great cardio workout. Beats the heck out of running. Well, it ain't cheap, but at our age, if you like to play and play hard, there's no such thing as cheap toys. So I bought this foil assist drive for basically 3 reasons. To help me get into the waves, help me get started so I could surf the waves, get out away from the break, get out away from the regular surfers, and use the rollers to have a good time. The second reason was to get a cardio workout. On the non-windy days, I take it out in the flat water, use the motor half the time, pump that half the time. And the third reason I got this was to help me learn how to downwind sup. It's probably the most difficult thing I've ever tried. With the foil drive, I hope to be able to get just that little extra boost where I don't have to paddle as hard as people do that know what they're doing, and I can get up on foil and have a good time in the bumps. And as I always say, it's only money. Can't take it with you. And you need to have a garage full of toys.